Now that you have installed Surehajj software, it is time to customize it to your needs. That can be done very easily and will not take time at all. After you sign in into your Surehajj software, on the top right corner, there is an option called Initial Configuration. This is where the magic happens. Go ahead and click on it. You will notice that this screen has 4 steps. In this video, we will only be talking about step 1 and step 2 as they are related to setting up, customizing the software itself, where step 3 and 4 will be discussed in the Hajj back office configuration video as they are used only for Hajj. Now let's look at step 1, installation type. As you can see here, single PC, this installation type is created for small companies with 1 user only. Branch LAN, this installation type is created for medium-sized companies with 1 branch that has multiple users who will be using Surehajj. Multi-branches, this installation type is created for medium to large-sized companies with multiple branches. Each branch has multiple users who will be using Surehajj. Or you want to use Surehajj from anywhere in the world. So you could have only 1 branch, but you would like to access Surehajj, for example, here in Canada and while you are in Saudi Arabia. Then this installation type will be fit for you. The description of each installation type, along with what you need to provide, will appear as you select it. On the right side, there is an option to sync data between Surehajj and HajjOnSoft. So if you're using HajjOnSoft, you can select that you are using HajjOnSoft checkbox and fill in your company code. You will need to contact the HajjOnSoft technical team to get your company code and to ask them to authorize your company to use the sync data option between Surehajj and HajjOnSoft. Without them enabling this option, you will not be able to sync data. The idea here, if you're using HajjOnSoft, is that you could use Surehajj the whole season, scanning passports, receiving documents, accounting, and so on and so forth. And only when it comes to the part where you need to apply for visas, this is where you sync data. You send all the data that you have already for your clients to HajjOnSoft so that you obtain the Saudi visa. Once the Saudi visas and MOFAs are issued, you can sync the Saudi visas and MOFAs back to Surehajj and then send it by email to all your clients with only 1 click. If you're not using Surehajj, just leave this option empty. You don't have to fill it. Now, let us look at each of these installation types. First, single PC. All you really need to do here is to click configure and you're done. Second, branch LAN. In order to use Surehajj only in your branch, your office computers must be on the same network. Go to your network folder and be sure you can see all computers that will be using Surehajj. If you can't see any of these computers, it means that you are not on the same network. Call your network administrator and get him to set up the network for you so that you're all on the same network. If you have the basic IT knowledge, click the button on the screen of this video to watch a YouTube video teaching you how to set up a network in your office. In our case here, my network is set up already and I can use Surehajj on 2 computers, as you can see. If your computer is not the main computer in the company where you want to store all the data, then install Surehajj first on the main computer or the server. Now, create a folder on your C drive and call it Surehajj Data. Right-click on the folder and choose Properties. Click on Sharing. Click on Share. From the drop-down menu, choose Everyone, then click Add. Choose Read, Write, Permission Level. Click Share. Click Advanced Sharing. Click on Permissions. Be sure the full control is selected. If not, please go ahead and select it. Then click OK. Go to Surehajj configuration screen. Under Share Path, click the browser button. Click the network icon. Click the name of your PC. Then you should find a folder called Surehajj Data. Click on it, then choose OK. When you install Surehajj on other computers, use the same folder for the setup, as all computers must use one folder path. So you don't need to create the Surehajj Data folder on each computer. On the other computers, they will select your computer's name, then select the Surehajj Data folder that you just created. Now, if you're using Hajjonsoft and this is the computer you use to obtain the MOFAs and visas, then you will need to share this folder the same way we just shared the Surehajj Data folder. Then select it here. Let us do this together. Go to the C drive. Right-click on Hajjonsoft folder. Choose Properties. Then click on Sharing. Click on Share. From the drop-down menu, choose Everyone, then click Add. Choose Read-Write Permission Level. Click Share. Click Advanced Sharing. Click on Permissions. Be sure full control is selected. If not, select it. Then click OK. Now go back to Surehajj configuration screen. Click the browsing icon and select the Hajjonsoft shared folder. Again, on the other computers, when you install Surehajj, they will not need to share their Hajjonsoft folder. They will only select it by selecting your computer, and under your computer, your Hajjonsoft folder will appear to all of them and they can select it. Now, let us say that you use Hajjonsoft on a different computer to obtain the MOFA and visas. Do the sharing steps on that computer and select it in this screen. So to summarize, the computer you use Hajjonsoft on to obtain the MOFAs and visas, that's where you share the Hajjonsoft folder and you use its path in all the other computers when you install Surehajj, which means that you click on the browse icon and select the same folder. Once you chose both folders, click Configure and you're done. The third installation type, multi-branches. The idea here is to store your Surehajj Data folder on a cloud-based drive that you can map as a network drive on any computer. By mapping this drive on all the computers you want to install Surehajj on, then pointing Surehajj to read and write from this drive, you will be able to use Surehajj on any computers or laptops at anywhere in the world. All you need is an access to the internet. Now, the most two famous cloud-based drives are Google Drive and OneDrive. You are completely free to choose which cloud-based drive to use. In this video, we will show you how to use Google Drive and how to use OneDrive. But before we do that, we need to discuss the difference between Google Drive and OneDrive for those who don't know. So OneDrive by default gives you 5 GB free space. Then if you need more, then you will have to start paying a monthly fee of $2 per month, which will give you 100 GB of space. This is for a personal plan, not a business. If you go with a business plan, then you will be paying about $7 a month for a 1 TB space. In our experience, the 5 GB free that they offer when you sign up with them will last you for more than 10 years if you only use it for Surehajj. If you plan to use it for other applications or to store different files, then you may need to upgrade your space. The Google Drive, in order to use it, you will need to register for a G Suite business account. Their basic plan will cost you $8 a month and it will give you 30 GB of space. Of course, it comes with other applications and features that makes it better than OneDrive, only if you need these applications and features. For the purpose of setting up Surehajj, you only need the space. Therefore, we highly recommend using OneDrive as it's free and easy to set up. That being said, let us show you steps to get a OneDrive free account and then map it to your computer. Open your browser. Go to Google. Write OneDrive, then click the search icon. Open Microsoft OneDrive Personal Cloud Storage. Click on Plans. Locate the OneDrive Basic 5 GB package on the right corner. Then click on Sign Up. Click on Get a new email address. Write the name of your company and click on Next. Enter an easy password that you can remember. Then click on Next. Put your first and last name. Then click on Next. Choose your birth date. Then click on Next. Enter the symbols you see in the picture. Then click on Next. Sign in using the email and password you just created. Click on Services and Subscriptions. Locate OneDrive and click on Use OneDrive for free. That's it. You have 5 GB for free. Now to map it to your computer, click on OneDrive logo. Exit any ads that may appear. Once you have this screen, go to the address bar and find the word CID equal. CID stands for Client ID. Highlight everything after the equal sign, then right-click on it and choose Copy. Minimize your browser. Now we will start the steps to mapping OneDrive to your computer. Right-click on My Computer on your desktop and choose Map Network Drive. Choose Drive G. If you're using Drive G for anything else, you can choose a different drive letter. Where it says folder, write the following: https://d.doc.live.net/ then right-click and paste your ID number. Once you pasted your ID number, select the whole address starting from HTTPS, ending with your ID number, right-click on it and choose Copy. Now click Finish and you're done. If you go to My Computer, you will see a drive called G. Right-click on it and choose Rename. Then call it Surehajj. Double-click on it. And now create a folder and you can call it Surehajj Data. That's it with respect to the mapping steps. You will need to repeat only the mapping steps on each computer you wish to install Surehajj on. Therefore, I highly recommend sending an email to yourself with the address that we just copied. This way you can copy it from your email on each computer you're planning to install Surehajj on. An important note here. Be sure you select the same drive letter you chose on the first or the main computer. So if you chose G, for example, always choose letter G when you map the same drive on the other computers. And always rename the drive to Surehajj. You will not need to create a folder called Surehajj Data on each computer you install Surehajj on, as you are only required to create the folder the first time. Now let us talk about Google Drive. Since getting a G Suite requires you to manage your emails through Google, we highly recommend speaking to your website administrator and ask them to sign you up for a Google Suite account using your own email. In this video, we will only walk you through how to map your Google Drive to your computer, not how to get a G Suite account. Once you have your account registered, open your browser, then go to Google. Write Google Drive Stream, then click the search icon. Click on Deploy Drive File Stream. Scroll down to Windows. Click on it to expand it, then choose Download Now. Once it's downloaded, open the setup file. Click Yes. Check Add an application shortcut to your desktop and uncheck the second one. Then click on Install. Once the installation is done, click on Close. A sign-in screen will appear. Enter the email you use to set up the G Suite account. Then click Next. Enter the email password. Then click Next. Close the welcome screen. Go to your toolbar. Press the arrow pointing up to view running applications. Locate the Google Drive icon, then right-click on it. Click on Settings, then choose Preferences. Be sure Launch on System Startup and Real-Time Presence in Microsoft Office are checked. Choose Drive G, then click OK. If you're using Drive G already, you can choose any drive, as long as when you repeat the mapping steps on all the other computers, you choose the same letter. Press OK. Now go to My Computer. Right-click on the G drive, choose Rename, and call it Surehajj. Double-click on the drive, then double-click on My Drive, then create a folder called Surehajj Data. Repeat these mapping steps on each computer you're planning to install Surehajj on, and be sure to sign in using the same email and password. On the other computers, you will not need to create a folder called Surehajj data, as you are only required to do that once. Now that we mapped our cloud-based drive, let us go back to our Surehajj screen in front of G Drive. Click on the browser icon. Select Surehajj G Drive. If you're using OneDrive, choose Surehajj data folder, then click OK. If you're using Google Drive, choose My Drive, then choose Surehajj data folder, then click OK. Choose your HajjunSoft shared folder, as we explained it before. Then fill in the basic information about your branches. If you only have one branch, that's okay, you can fill only one branch. For the purpose of training, we will be entering 3 branches. Branch 1. The email is branch1@waytohajj.com. The phone number 905 111 1111. Branch 2. Branch2@waytohajj.com. 905 222 2222. Branch 3. Branch3@waytohajj.com. 905 333 3333. Then click Configure. You're done customizing the installation of Surehajj to your needs. Now go to step 2, managing existing master codes. To make it easy on the user, Surehajj by default comes with preset lists of cities, airlines, and Saudi hotels. In this screen, you can delete what you don't need or delete everything and start fresh. For example, if I want to delete Banff from the cities list, I can select it, then step out of it by clicking a different line, then click on delete. You will receive a warning message. Click yes. For the purpose of testing, I will delete all cities except Toronto. So I can click on select all, then look for Toronto. Uncheck the box in front of it. Step out of it by selecting a different city. Then click on delete. You will receive a warning message. Click yes. And we're all set. For the airlines, I will delete everything except for Air Canada and Saudi Airlines. Here there is no select all, as most of the Surehajj clients like to leave the list as is, so I'm gonna do that manually. Now click delete. Warning message. Yes. We're good. And for the hotels, I will delete all hotels. Again, I'll do that manually. Click delete. Warning message. We're done. If you want to keep everything the way it is, then you can exit the configuration screen, as you do not need to do anything in this screen. Step 3 and 4 will be discussed in the Hajj back office configuration video, as they are only used to customize and configure the Hajj back office.